Just a quick one, guys, before we get into today's video. We have dropped our brand new August collection. We've got the Surrender or You'll Die BB t-shirts, along with the Glasgow Rangers Union Jack tees. If you want to shop the new collection, go down into the link in the description or go to rfcclothing.com. Anyway, let's get into today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Guys, we're well on our way towards 26,000 subscribers, so if you haven't already hit the big red button yet, please consider doing so, and in return we'll keep you on the straight and narrow with everything in regards to Rangers Football Club this summer and into the new season. Guys, in today's video, we do have some transfer news for you, not necessarily good news. Whilst we're also going to be confirming the exit of a player. Let's discuss that first. Yes, remember Nnamdi Ofoborh, one of the most... one of the signings from Rangers' sort of title-winning season, was meant to be the next big thing, but basically never really made an appearance. It got to the sort of summer when he was bought on a sort of pre-contract, signed for the football club from Bournemouth, I think it was at the time. Basically then was sort of diagnosed with a heart issue, and since then he's never been able to play football and kind of has just been within the ranks. And basically Rangers put out in a statement saying Rangers can today announce that the club and Nnamdi Ofoborh have mutually agreed to end its contract. The midfielder, who joined Rangers at the start of the 2021-2022 season, has opted to pursue a career elsewhere. Everybody at Rangers wishes Nnamdi all the very best luck for the future. Now, he's a very interesting one, of course. It's unfortunate what happened to Nnamdi Ofoborh. I think he was a decent player. And with regards to the sort of health issue, there's not much he could have done. I'm not sure what Rangers' statement said. He said he wants to pursue a career elsewhere. I mean, is he okay to play now, and is he just not been able to play? But it's certainly an interesting one to see. But, you know, he's been a Rangers player, never made an appearance, mind. But, you know, once a Jer, always a Jer, and all that sort of cliche stuff as well. So, yeah, all the best to Nnamdi, but he leaves the football club after, how long has it been now? 3 years? Yeah, it's like 3 years ago. You know, decent wedge, I suppose, for just watching Rangers play. I bet a lot of you guys would like that contract. Just turning up to every single game and getting paid handsomely for it. No, all jokes aside, all the best of luck towards him and his future, and especially with his sort of health condition. Hopefully he can return back to the field once more. Now, in other news, remember the name Lewis Palmer. Yes, Lewis Palmer is someone who's been speaking on this channel for a very, very long period of time, and was a player I was sort of lauding, and it was a player that I wanted Rangers to go out and sign. And over the last sort of couple of weeks, there was more news that the club were returning their interest into the Honduras winger. Of course, plays in the Greek Super League. Now, as I said, he is a tricky winger, if you like, and as a player that has great numbers for the level he's been at, and definitely one for the here and now, one for the future. However, it does look like Celtic are going to try and land him instead. Yes, Celtic have submitted a bid for the player, and apparently it's close to Aris's demands for him, and as I said, it does look likely he will be Jota's replacement. Now, I do think this one will actually sting Rangers in the arse ever so slightly. I think our situation was a disagreement in the value of the player, I think by about £1 million or something like that. Again, I don't know if an official offer was made, but there was definitely talks ongoing between the club and Aris for the player. And I think, as I said, the disagreement in sort of the valuation of the player. There was a lot of clubs interested. But now it does look like Celtic are going to try and land the player. I'm not sure if Rangers will come in for a late transfer battle for him. Probably seems unlikely at the time of recording. But yeah, very, very unfortunate. Very one that's going to sting a little bit, because I did do a lot of research with regards to the player. And I did think that he would be the ultimate Ryan Kent replacement. I did think he would probably take us to the next level. One for the now, one for the future. But as I said, it is Celtic that are apparently closing in on his signature, which is to my disgust. Unfortunately, you know, these sort of things, this is why you've got to be very quick in the transfer market, and sometimes not, you hear these stories time and time again, but sometimes not be, you know, sometimes splash the cash out. I know in some ways you need to be a bit shrewd with your business, but for a player his age, I do think the difference between £1 million, and now if he goes to Celtic and becomes a success story, and they've got quite a good recruitment model, again, which is to my disgust. It's quite annoying, but they do have a very good recruitment model over the last couple of years. And if they've kind of identified him as a good player, then more than likely he will probably succeed. And I really just hope this one doesn't bite us on the arse like it has done before. We've been hearing in different areas of time that players have always wanted to join the old firm, then opted for the other, then they went on to have successful careers, or players that we've missed out on signing and go on to think. I think the most recent one was Ivan Toney. So I really do hope that this isn't the case. So interesting one there indeed. Now, in other news, guys, Alfredo Morelos. Yes, I leave this one to the end because some people are interested in Alfredo Morelos' saga, some people not so much. But Alfredo, of course, released at the end of his contract. I think is one of two. Well, actually, Alan McGregor, I'm unsure what's happening with him. I don't even know if he's retired. He's certainly not made an announcement just yet, and I don't know about Hollander either. But you know, Kent and Scott Arfield have all found new clubs, and we are starting to get to that sort of area now of almost seasons have started. However, it does look as though the unwanted Rangers striker, or unwanted former Rangers striker, could be closing in on a move to bottom place Mexican club Cruz Azul. As I said, he has been linked to certain clubs over the last couple of weeks, some in Russia, some in Azerbaijan, some in Spanish second division, some in the Serie B as well, and now it does look like Cruz Azul, who are quite a big Mexican club, by the way, are looking to try and land the player. Now, I always do find Alfredo Morelos' situation really weird because, you know, I know he kind of down tools last year, and I know he wasn't the best player, but I think he's a striker that can score goals, and I think it's a bit unfair that the clubs, certainly for free, aren't taking a punt on him. I do think that the club should try and take a punt on him. I certainly still think that we should, you know, use this as a wake-up period for him, make him lose a bit of weight, get him sharper, and then go, oh, wow, and then he can come back in for a 3-year contract and try and start again. But it is what it is. Quite sad to see how Alfredo's sort of going. But yeah, it does look like he's going to be going to Cruz Azul, potentially. But either way, we are sort of getting to that point where we're nearly at September, and he still hasn't got a club, which is super sad to see. But Rangers fans, what are your thoughts on the Lewis Palmer situation and him potentially going to Celtic? Do you think we've dropped a bollock with this one? Yes or no? Let me know down there in the comments section below. That does bring us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Remember, we do have Rangers t-shirts available on our website, so do browse the collection by going down into the link in the description or go to rfcclothing.com. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.